Talk about the NBA trade deadline. It is this Friday, okay? We are mere days away. It's February the 9th is the trade deadline, okay? Look, I don't believe Troy Weaver is going to do anything right, okay? But statistically speaking, okay, you have to get some things right? Like at some point, you accidentally make a good trade. Maybe not necessarily, but I'm begging you, Troy Weaver. If you're going to make moves, don't, and I mean don't trade for Tobias Harris. Don't do it. I don't care. No, I don't care. I don't care. We're pulling up Tobias Harris. First of all, Tobias Harris this year, he's not ideal. Okay, not ideal. He's about as good as most of the players on our team, actually. Actually, somewhat worse. 17 points, 6 boards, 3 assists on the season was just his, regular counting stats. Obviously, former Piston, so he has some connection with Detroit. But let me put it this way. If the Pistons of the late 2010s were willing to let you go, you could not have been that good of a player because we kept bad players. So if you weren't even in that category, no. Tobias Harris is not good, okay? You bring in Tobias Harris, things are going to be bad. It's not going to be like Tobias Harris works with the Sixers to some degree because he has Joel Embiid, because, he had James Harden. It is a better situation for Tobias Harris. It is not going to be as a good situation if he comes to Detroit. But even worse than him, okay? The one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, from Flint, Michigan, one Miles Bridges. Now, Miles Bridges, you might look at his stats and you might say, hey, 21 points a game, 7 boards a game, 3 assists a game. He must be playing pretty good. Nay. Okay? For one, he is, let me see if I can find the advanced numbers. Here's the advanced numbers, okay? His true shooting percentage is 55%. Okay. So, pretty okay. But let me see. There's where's his shooting volume? Can I get his shooting volume? I can't get he shoots a lot of shots, okay? That's my point. He gets a lot of points, but he's attempting a lot of shots, okay? Okay, here we go. I guess I could just do field goal attempts per game. So 17 field goal attempts per game, which is the highest he's ever done in his career. And what do you know? His points are also the highest. What an interesting idea. It's interesting. He shoots more. He actually gets more points. How does that work? His field goal percentage is 45%. His 3-point percentage is 36%. So he's below average in that regard. Just give me a moment. I need to collect my thoughts because I have bad feelings about this. Miles Bridges is the definition of no sizzle, no steak. Okay? You look at his stats and you're like, he's looking good. Can I get his last games? Okay, let's see. Can I get points? Where is it? Where's points? There we go. His last couple of games. Hey, last night. Yeah, actually last night he dropped a 40 bomb. The night before, 19. Couple of nights before that, 30 bomb, 20 bomb. But let me also point out how many assists one Miles Bridges is getting. He has not had more than 5 in that span. In the span of the past 5 games, he has had 1 assist per game. Out of at the most, he'll have 5. So, yeah, maybe he'll get you a double-double. He might get you some rebounds, a lot of points, but passing the ball, he will not do. Getting assists, he is not. Not much of a, not much of a passer, one Miles Bridges. Similar to Zach LaVine. Now, luckily, Zach LaVine decided to end his season as opposed to potentially getting traded to Detroit. But if you go out and you trade for Miles Bridges, I don't know what you're going to give him. Whatever it is going to be worth way more. You're going to give him picks. You're going to give him, I don't know, Jaden Ivey. You're going to give him, Monte Morris. I don't know what you're going to do. You're going to give him something that's of far greater value. Monte Morris isn't really of that great value, but you understand. If you go out and do this, you will essentially have told me, I give up. Please, Tom Gores, kill me now. Because I don't know what I'm doing. Miles Bridges, I don't know. He's going to be going to court every other day because he can't stop beating up his wife or girlfriend or whoever it is. Like, he's a head case. You're going to be bringing him back home, which not usually a great thing for guys who have off-the-court problems, to bring them closer to their boys, so to speak. And he also does not pass the ball or he's largely a negative player on the court if you value plus minus. I mean, like, on the game that he dropped a 40 bomb, he was still a -4 player. So he says, F it, I don't play defense, all I do is ball. He gives you nothing. And it will not really change the amount of wins you get. I mean, it'll increase, okay? But it'll be a lot of just empty calories. So I'm begging you, Troy Weaver, Tom Gores. First of all, Tom Gores, sell the team. This is ridiculous. Okay, we're sitting. What is the Pistons record right now? What are they sitting at? I have to know. What are we sitting at? 6-43. Okay. We're on pace here to win single digit games. We're on pace to win less games than the Lions did this year. That's where we're at, okay? So, please, pretty please, don't do this. Just don't, okay? I know that it seems enticing. You want to bring the kid back. Come home, Miles. Don't do it. Don't do it. Not interested. I don't want him. I don't want you to think that I want him. I don't want to watch him. I think he's a terrible human being. I don't want him in the league. And the worst part is, if you actually do want Miles Bridges, you could have gotten Miles Bridges for free. You could have just in the offseason matched Charlotte's offer. Right? Nobody else in the NBA wanted him. No contender wanted him. No, competent team wanted him. OKC wasn't calling. Sacramento wasn't calling. Denver wasn't calling. Philly wasn't calling. Boston wasn't calling. No. Only team stupid enough to call would have been Charlotte, who, we already had them, or us, right? Those were like the two teams that would have been stupid enough to make a decision like this. And frankly, they're probably the only two teams left that would make the stupid decision like this. It's like, I don't know. We need somebody. Somebody's got to sell tickets. We got to put somebody on the banners. Yeah, great. We'll put a serial, domestic abuser on our banners. Yeah, great. It looks super on a team that's 6-43. You know what else is funny? Pistons haven't won more than 30 games since 2018, 2019. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. Okay, it's not ideal. But that was all I had to say. Please, Monty Williams. First of all, Monty Williams, retire. Clearly you didn't want this job well enough, or at least you didn't get a good enough idea of what you were getting into. Troy Weaver, resign, and Tom Gores, sell the team. That's all I ask. It to the point where I was thinking about this. Like, the Pistons were much more interesting when they were losing like a million games in a row. What do I get out of them now? After the trade deadline, let's assume they don't make a move at the trade deadline. What do I even get out of them? I get terrible basketball. Okay, wonderful. And that's it. I just get kind of bad basketball. Sometimes they'll win. Maybe they'll lose like 5 or 6 in a row, maybe 10. And then you think, oh, maybe they're going to do another. No, and then they win. These teams don't show up, and they don't really care because it's the Pistons. They could run their G League team out there. It doesn't matter, but yeah. So, hey there. What you just watched was actually a clip from a larger show that we do every Tuesday night. What are you doing Tuesday night? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the like button so that you don't miss out on any more of our weekly shows every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you there.